concerns for them than for me, because my baby was measuring like really small. I hadn't gained maybe like 26 pounds to 27 pounds total. And so it really bothered me. So I switched to a midwife's group. I was 35 weeks pregnant and they accepted me, thankfully. So anyway, so they told me when I was in the hospital, like, don't do anything for like 5 or so weeks, or maybe 5 or 6 weeks, until you come back in for your postpartum appointment, which Britt, you probably haven't had yet.
Mm-mm.
Yeah. I'd go on walks probably the day after I had Vail, just because getting out in the fresh air like really helped. So I did listen. I just went on walks and like tried to stretch and stuff. And you're so tired when you have a baby. You don't really think about going to lift weights when you're, a weekend.
Yep.
Yeah.
Just like survival mode at that point.
Seriously, I'm so tired. So I didn't probably do anything for 5 or so weeks. And then I did come back to CrossFit and I just like scaled everything. My coaches were really great about like not pushing me too much. And they would always ask like, hey, there's box jumps today or something like that. Like, do you want to do these? What else? Like, what do you want to do? They would leave it up to me a lot if I wanted to substitute something. Core work, I didn't do really much core work in the beginning because your muscles are so weak and you're still a little sore. Your stomach's still a little bit sore. So I try to go slow. And then I was always so scared of squatting, like heavy squatting when you come back. I ripped a little bit with Vail, so I had to have stitches.
Third week of postpartum here, and I just went for my first walk last week just so once again get out of the house, because I was like stuck in here trying, because like I said, I was trying to breastfeed, and that is physically exhausting, especially if it's just not working and it's up all night. And it's on you more so than anyone. Like your husband can't really do it, or your significant other really can't do anything for you. So that was just taking a toll on me. I think the biggest thing, like with postpartum and wanting to come back working out sooner, is just like kind of like to give myself like that mental break from like, because I love being a mom and I love my kid, but I do miss like that me time of me like going to the gym and just like kind of sweating it out and feeling good, and and yeah, and then like looking like, and luckily like I've lost a lot more of my weight quicker than I thought I would, but I still look at myself and I'm like, man, like I can't wait to like get back to like looking semi-normal to what I was pre-pregnancy. But yeah, I think that's where I'm having a hard time with. But I'm kind of with you in the sense that I don't want to come back balls stretching and mobility
getting
stuff.
enough food.
Yeah,
I think so. You like touched on postpartum bodies, man. When you're pregnant, like your belly is so cute at a certain point in your pregnancy. And then when you have a baby, like I still look pregnant for probably 4 months after, to where people would come up and be like, oh, your belly's so cute. And I'm like, I had my freaking baby.
Yes.
And so I think it's just different for everybody. I mean, it didn't offend me. It was just like a little bump, but I think it's just like, I know some people and they would walk out of the hospital like with jeans on, which I'm like, why would you wear jeans to the hospital?
Yeah.
But whatever.
I'm like, I just want to be comfy and get home and like, sit on the couch.
Yeah. Like anything that buttons is horrible. But I think too, like postpartum, and I don't know if we'll talk on that, but I think a lot of women struggle with like postpartum body image, and it is really hard. I promise your body will come back, and maybe it won't be like exactly the same, but it will be strong and healthy again, and you'll fit in your pants. And I don't think my body looked that much different postpartum than pre-baby, maybe like a tiny bit extra skin on my belly. But two, like staying active throughout your whole pregnancy and even after, like I think that really helps with postpartum depression and just kind of like isolation, because when you have a baby, like you're pretty isolated afterwards. You're just you're like in it right now.
Yeah, literally. What Kyle said to me, he's like, do you need to like get out of the house and like go for a drive? And I'm like, I'm kind of almost too tired right now to even like think about that. But so he like forced me to go, like it was actually like 50 degrees and nice out the other day. And he's like, let's go for a walk. And it did, like, I felt so much better. I was like, thank you for making me do that. Because you just get wrapped up into like, especially with your first kid, you have no idea what you're doing. You're just trying to figure out and like make sure this thing survives to the night every night. So yeah.
I'm still like, makes you feel better. And just like showering some days and washing your hair. Like you feel so gross in the beginning. You're like, oh my God, I've let myself go. But if you just like shower and maybe put mascara on and go for a walk, like I feel like a new woman.
Yep. Yeah.
That was like the thing with because when like I'm in no way mitigating at all what Britt went through, because I